there, I am Jeff and welcome to Insanity Within. We're going to be playing through this full demo, and before we jump into it, I just want to go ahead and show off the Steam page real quick. Make sure you wishlist it. It will be linked in the description below, as well as the pinned comment. A psychological horror puzzle game where after 16 years in prison for a murder you don't remember, you're back at your family's manor as schizophrenia distorts your reality. Manage or harness your mental hallucinations to uncover the truth. Will it vindicate you or confirm your darkest fears? Now let's go. This is the developers' actually second game they've made. Oops, I forgot the... There we go. Go back into the game, and we're gonna be jumping straight into it. I played their first game called The Memories That Shape Us. I think that was the name, and we're just gonna be jumping straight into it. I did play through the demo already, so I'm gonna be walking through it and giving my thoughts as well. It is a very short demo, but there is also a giveaway at the end, and I'll tell you how to enter that if you stick around. If you're still in here, at least after a minute. But we're gonna look at the settings real quick. Over here we got LCs and letters and artifacts, which are not available in the demo, so we're gonna have lore. And then here's your typical visual stuff. And then down over here, one thing I really like is motion blur is automatically turned off. I wish more developers would do that because I always turn it off. Head bob we'll leave on for now, and I am playing on a Xbox controller, and it is controller compatible. So I haven't tried the controller out yet. Figured let's do it for the video, and then your other performance settings and whatnot. But let's jump right into it. You know what I wanted to change? Actually, I wanted to change the brightness just a little bit, just for the video's purposes. Whoops, I meant to go like that. I've been putting it right around there when I was testing it, and there we go. The sound is really nice. The music that's in the game is actually the developer's brother that put the music together. Fun fact, I've been keeping in touch with the developer, and really looking forward to this game. R.I.P. That whispering in the ear is just so creepy. Hours earlier. And here we are back at the manor after getting out of prison, I think. Newport, Rhode Island, 1928. So roughly 100 years ago. 16 years in prison for murdering your wife, of which you have no memory. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Welcome home. All right, look at that. This is such a nice house, but it could use some fixing up. So we're gonna go in here. I'm not used to playing on a controller. When I played through this the first time, and then we're in the grand foyer. I played on a we're home. I played on the mouse and keyboard, which runs very smoothly. Ooh, oh, gotcha. I might actually switch to mouse and keyboard. I'm not used to the controller. And take your pills to cause your sanity bar to temporarily complete. So each room that you go through is basically gonna have a puzzle, from what I can tell, and you have to solve this puzzle while losing your damn mind. And this puzzle took me actually a few minutes to pause, and I'm actually going to be, let me see something. Yeah, so it's going to be B. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to mouse and keyboard. So on the bottom left hand side, this is your sanity bar. As it decreases, your schizophrenia hallucinations get worse. Take too long and it becomes unbearable, and then your screen just basically fills up with a bunch of jumbled zeros or whatnot, and you cannot see anything. Now if that happens, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to recenter. This is your recenter ability. When hallucinations are too much, use this to reset your sanity, but also current puzzle progress. So yeah, the puzzle will completely reset when you recenter. Now here's the puzzle. Our main goal of this first puzzle is we gotta match the shadows to the little outlines. So what you want to do here is see that circle. This took a while because when it was too dark in the beginning, you just go like that and it is completely matched up. Now you go ahead and move this over and move on over to the next shadow, right over here, and it'll move this one right there. Now you can move it to go up, or you can actually move it to go even higher, like so. So you have to click this a couple times. Nobody's home. Told you, nobody's home. Okay, and then I think that one's good to go. Go like so, and then with this one, we're gonna have to lower it. And I think we gotta lower it all the way. And there are these circles because our sanity is getting pretty low. And go like so. I think that was good. If it's not, well, I guess I messed up. There we go. I do kind of wish there was like some type of tutorial with this, like how the levers work, or maybe there's like a certain another lever that only does up, another lever that only does down, if that makes any sense. I think that would make this more intuitive, maybe. Oh, got it. Let's go. At first I was thinking maybe like a tutorial for the puzzles, but then if you think about it, a tutorial for puzzles doesn't really make much sense. And then when you finish the puzzle, you get this little nice cutscene for the room, where the room feels nice and safe. But yeah, I think another lever right there would be nice. One that only does up, one that does down. Unless it makes it too easy, which I could also see. So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, which very, very possible. But one other thing is, like, during when your sanity is getting low and stuff, we had that little event where the door's getting knocked on and it just flies open and stuff like that. I saw the developer talk about how some people were saying this game feels more like a puzzle game than a horror game. I kind of agree with that so far, but I think that could be changed. Like maybe have more random events while your sanity is getting low in the rooms. Maybe make it randomly generated where sometimes certain things will happen, sometimes some things won't, so you can get different experiences maybe on different playthroughs. Maybe like a figure's in the room and it starts coming closer to you. Maybe a figure appears on your screen in front of you, and or not like maybe standing in front of you or something like that, or just behind you, you know, just little different things here and there just to match the psychological horror. Now after you finish your puzzles, you're going to be getting these letters addressed to you from your daughter.
To my father. Do you remember the moon, Dad? How it used to calm you? A quiet light in the chaos of your mind. Now it feels like a witness to everything we've lost. The night Mom died, everything shattered. They took you away and I ran into the woods, into a darkness that swallowed me whole. I don't know what broke that night, but it wasn't just us. I've left letters for you, hidden where only you might look. They're pieces of a truth I can't face yet. Fragments of what really happened. But be careful, Dad. Some things are better left buried. Some doors once opened can't be closed. Find them if you can. Find me. Forever your daughter, Elsie.
And then we unlock another room. Now I'm already I like the lore, I like the story so far when getting the letters, and I developed my own theories. So I'm kind of wondering, the person or the figure on that tree in the beginning, was that our daughter? Did our daughter actually murder our mother? Our daughter knows the truth, but for some reason we do not, because we're suffering from mental illness. So who knows what's happening? The morning room. So here is another puzzle. Now there's these symbols on the floor, and I know, well, these big giant, I call them chess pieces, you need to go ahead and put them in the symbols. Now it took me a few minutes to figure this out as well, but I saw a moon over here and I'm like, wait a minute, a moon? An owl goes on the moon. Now as I was moving the owl, I learned something. You have to actually push these over to the center, and it actually gives you a symbol on there where it has to be moved. Now for me, just a moon and owl made sense in my brain. So I'm glad I had it like kind of right the first time. And then when I moved into the center, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. It does actually tell you. Now we're just going to move these over. That is so creepy. I know I played through this puzzle before, but that is just so creepy still. You are an hourglass, which is over there. No, I didn't get you over there. Now, certain things happen in certain rooms as your sanity gets lower, which we will experience here. Like the data over there on the board, madness popped up. Han, which is right there, right? Yep, right there. Madness lurks. And then a shadow appears right over there. We will go ahead and see that shadow in just a second here. This is a sun. Like so, and then we just got to get this one right over here. Oh, the shadow disappeared and everything went on the ceiling. Ooh. So see, things are different. I think I randomly generated a thing where certain events does happen in a certain room, but also having it randomly generated might be nice as well with different types of events and just more variety, if that makes any sense. Now, I didn't use my recenter ability, but essentially what would happen is your eyes would close and the whole puzzle would get reset. Madness. Oh, I was gonna read it, but I forgot there's a cutscene. Always enjoy a good cutscene. Now, this is actually nearing the end of the demo. Like I said, if you're good at puzzles, the demo is very short. I'm typically used to demos being roughly 45 minutes to an hour. It is kind of hard to gauge like how good a game will be according to a demo. But so far, I do like the puzzles. I'm curious what type of puzzle variety there will be in the main game, as well as how the story is going to unfold. But here we have one more letter to read. Madness lurks within you. Where's that letter? Right over here. Above the skull, which is a little weird. But let's go ahead and read it. Or have it be read to us.
To my father. I found Mom's journal today, hidden like a secret she couldn't bear to speak. Her words are frantic. Dad, pages filled with fear, not of you, but of what your illness might do to me. She wrote about nights when you'd slip away, lost in visions she couldn't see, and how she worried I'd inherit the same curse. But one entry chills me. It won't claim her. I'll sever its hold, whatever the cost. Was she afraid your illness would consume me? Or did she see something worse that night? The night she died. The house feels alive now, whispering things I can't understand. I think Mom knew something she hid from both of us. What was she so desperate to protect me from? And why does it feel like the shadows are watching, waiting for you to return? Forever your daughter, Elsie.
See, I cannot wait for the final release of the game because I'm curious about the story, because I'm already making theories. Like, definitely mental illness runs in her family. Her mother thought that she probably had the same like type of illness. Also, we're talking 1928 and then 16 years before that, like early 1900s. So obviously mental illness probably was, I don't think it was as well known back then and stuff like that. So I'm curious on what's happening with the story. But we're gonna go over here to the door we just unlocked, and unfortunately that is gonna be it for the demo. Roughly maybe a little less than 15 minutes if you just go ahead and go straight to the thing. Now, once you reach the end of the demo, make sure you play through it, because at the very end there is a code in the bottom left hand corner for a giveaway with various prizes. So we'll go ahead and click on this survey / giveaway link, which will open up here. And then, sorry, I was updating to NVIDIA drivers earlier, but right over here we have the Insanity Within demo giveaway. It is USA only, I believe, and You have to follow them on X to be notified of the results and stuff like that. Here are the rules. Now, for first place, you get a $50 Steam gift card and an insanity within the full game key. Second through sixth place, you get a $20 Steam gift card and an insanity within full game key. And for 7th through 10th place, you'll get the full game key when the game launches. Now, there's various things. Here's where you can put your email. If you want to participate in the giveaway, here is where you put that code you get at the end of the game and how much you think the game should be priced. They're assuming 6 to 8 hours of gameplay, which I think is a good amount of time for a game, especially like this. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm curious how realistic that time frame is going to be, but we'll see. And then your overall satisfaction and stuff like that. For me, I rated it roughly a 3 to 4 because it is very hard to gauge the content of the game based on just 2 puzzles and roughly 15 minutes of gameplay. But like I said, I'm curious to see what comes with the actual game, and I am looking forward to trying it out and learning the story. Again, just my end of thoughts. I feel like more variety in the psychological horrors could be better in the future. Maybe, like I said, randomly generated a figure in the room that appears, maybe one that appears outside that cage in that first room that starts walking around in circles looking at you. Maybe eventually it gets inside and in your face and stuff like that. But who knows, maybe a demon baby that just starts crawling along the ceiling. I don't know, just my imagination running wild and just with thoughts. And like I said, developer second game, so be sure to show them some love, give them a wish list on Steam. And a shout out to Derek for letting me take a early look at the demo. Until next time, remember to change that world one smile at a time. You never know whose life you can save or change. And as always, I can't wait to see you in that next live stream and or video. Love you guys.